Since the late 1950s, Mulliken's Corvette Specialists in Piedmont, South Carolina, has been your top choice for Corvette repair, restoration, and parts for all models. As the largest Corvette salvage yard in the upstate, we're featured at major Corvette and classic car shows nationwide. Trust our family legacy, with over 70 years of combined experience in the business.
Need grading for your construction project? We've got you covered at Ronnie Strange Grading. We do all kinds of grading work to get your site ready. Our team knows what they're doing and uses the right tools to get it done right. Whether it's for a house or a business, we're here to help. Contact Ronnie Strange Grading today to get started.
Sportsman, fire around. Pro cars, bring them on back when you can. Pro cars. When you get them cooled off, bring them on back, please. The Mitsubishi down on 1173 gets a big head start on the tower side. Truck down in at 741. Have to sit there and wait. Green light reaction time. No time. No time. Left lane, gonna be your winner. 1175 or 1173 with 05 reaction time. How about that? White Mitsubishi went all the way through and gets the win. There's your sportsman winner. Drove it right off the highway, right onto the racetrack, and wins sportsman here this evening at the Greer Dragway. Congratulations in the Mitsubishi. Did not get a driver's change time in the right lane. Now in 807. Just a little late out of Taylor, South Carolina. Now in 812. It's going to be a good one. On the road off on the starting line. Here's got the best reaction time. 807 right flat. Get down in. On the field, looking far on the track. Double breakout. Winner going to be the right lane. Double breakout. 795 off of an 8 flat in the left lane. Right lane goes to 80 off of an 807, 804. Right lane going to be your winner of our junior dragsters. Right lane had a 01 reaction time. Left lane 04 reaction time. Double breakout. Winner going to the right lane. Congratulations to our junior dragsters. 594. The winner is now out of Packlet in Nova. Down in at 686. We'll get your head start. Here's your final round. Dead break. Who's going to take home the leader trophy? Durham in the truck. Golf in the Nova. Double breakout on both of them. Durham got the win. Doesn't matter. He was a 592 on a 594 with 04 reaction time. Galt with a foul. Run a 684 on his 6 6 dial in. Congratulations, Phil Durham. Perfect afternoon and evening. Your point leader goes all the way, gets the win, wins the dash for cash. $10,000 winner, Stevie Destin in the Mustang. Dial in of 648. $479 will be the dial. Couple of the little lights out. Looks like a 5, definitely. $479 now the dial in left lane. 648. Right lane the dial. Mustang, get the head start. Can the dragster chase him down? Get the win here in our final round of the evening. Well, from pre-stage. Now let's get the second ball on. Left lane, go be the winner. Mark Davis out of Liberty. Tied for second in points and gets the Pro Division win. 0-1 reaction time. Runs a 482 on his 479. Dial in, right lane. Last week's big winner. 04 reaction time. Runs a 651 on his 648. Dial in. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations, Mark Davis out of Liberty, the Pro Division winner.
I guess I started seeing John back in the mid to late 80s. That's when I started hanging around the drag strip. Him and Paul come in on the rollback with a Camaro that Paul still has today. Didn't really know him that well at the time. Stood around, listened to people talk to him, and I could tell John was real easygoing, laughed a lot, smiled a lot. Well, fast forward it to the last couple of years. I know him a lot better now than I did then. And John was in a very bad car wreck a couple of years ago. Lost some of his leg, had other health issues. You know, go through the day-to-day grind, but he still always had a smile on his face. He had a heart of gold. We're going to miss you, John.
I've known John Mosley for approximately 50 years, and nobody would ever dispute the word of saying he wasn't a tough racer. He was always a tough racer. And when he put that helmet on, he just is all business. That's all I could say. I can't tell you how many times he pulled up beside me, and I'd see that front fender of that Camaro roll up beside me, and he'd take a little bit and lay the front end down and take about a foot of stride. And I just wondered sometimes how I could beat him. He was that kind of a racer. But he was something else. He was a family man. He loved his family, his wife, his kids, his grandkids, great-grandkids. He loved them all. He was just a family man, and that's what the aspect he brought to us as a racetrack. He showed his family first, and he just brought that aspect to us every week. He didn't show any differentialities or anything, but he also was a friend, and he had many friends all over every track y'all went to. He had friends all over, and that's what I was proud to be able to call him a friend. I can't express my condolences to the family enough, but I will say, John Mosley, you've run a good race, and you become a winner, and rest in peace, my brother.
Hey guys, just want to say a few words about John Mosley. Known John Mosley for 30 plus years, and probably about 8, 9 years ago at the banquet. One night we were sitting at the table, and he came up and wanted to know if he could sit with us, and we told him yeah. And I'd really not talked with him a lot until then, and we had a really good discussion about things and just talked about all kinds of things, racing and life, and figured out that he knew my uncle and my cousin. He had done work on their transmissions for years, and he knew them and had talked to them. And when he got sick and started coming back down to the track, and he would sit with Frank and Joyce, I'd go over sometimes with him and talk, and we'd talk about things and pray with him sometimes. And sometimes we'd talk about the Bible, and we'd talk about Jesus and salvation, and he let me know that he had placed his faith in Jesus, and whenever his time came, that he knew where he was going. So for me, it's not goodbye to John Mosley, it's I'll see you later.
Hey, buddy.
What's going on? How are you?
Another rough week.
Yeah, like we was talking about before we started the show, we got to stop this for sure. We thank everybody, the fellows that did the videos for us for John's tribute. That was really good. We appreciate it, and Hayden for putting it together, and then Jana, she's wearing multiple hats these days. She's selling 50-50 tickets, and the videos she takes, we appreciate her. But yeah, definitely John will be missed. I know we talked about that last week, but and then we lost Verl. That's a huge loss as well in the racing community. I mean, she's staple there to drag strip Greer for what, 50 years plus. I mean, and I mean, she was there. If the gates is open, she was there, you know. But and we hope to do a little something for her next week, but she won't do a whole lot here, but we will miss her. And Tom, you got anything towards that?
I just, like I said, the community is heartbroken, the loss of her. And, you know, I'm like you. I can remember when I was a kid, I mean, all the way through is my, as I started racing, and even today, you know, like I said, I always cut up, carry on with her going in the gate and stuff about different things. And definitely wish Mike Greer and Alicia and Roxanne, the whole family, nothing but the best.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
But
I'll bring Chad in. Let's talk about results.
yeah, we got ain't a lot of results, but we got a little bit of results.
Yeah, I'll do Greer's. That was a hot day again Saturday, and I'll be honest with you, I was looking at those videos, the final round videos, and you see the lightning in the background. But I mean, gates opened at 2, and we was on the track around 3, a little before 3 probably. But I mean, really the whole day it was like a thread. At some point there was a thread, you know, lightning off, you know, down the distance one way or another, and thundering. And I felt like I said, man, we'll never get this in. But it ended up being a good day of racing. But the Greer's results, I got pro, and we'll have Mark on tonight. He's one of our guests, but Mark Davis picked up the win. He stopped a red hot Stevie Dustin in the finals there. Stevie runnered up, and it's becoming the norm to see him in a final round when he shows up. But Mark did a great job there.
know
for
there ain't a
sure.
whole lot of people talking about Shane no more. Now they talking about the old Sidewinder now.
I will say, I noticed Shane lost 5th round Saturday, and he was making points. And that Mark was one of them weeks. You and Dallas was talking last week on the show. This is the week to do it. And of course, he put a win in the win column, but he actually had to buy back. So, but anyway, it's still a good day. And I know we typically don't really talk about our semis, finalists, and stuff like that, but I wanted to mention Callie Hall. I think she had a really good day. She got beat in the semis. She was at 3, and thought that was worth mentioning. I believe that's her best outing in the big car. And I listened. She drove well herself. But foot brake, which y'all saw that, Phil, the captain. I mean, he was come in leading the points. He wins the dash and wins the race. Just a clean sweep. I mean, that's
He's throwing the gauntlet down, ain't he?
pretty big there. And I mean, that was a cool final round because Harold's. I mean, he just continues to have another good year. I mean, just filling up the stat sheet. He runnered up, which I believe. I mean, that was the week to make a move, like y'all talked about, and they did it. So,
I want to speak on this. You know, me and you talked about it earlier in the week. The marquee matchups. I sit there and watch foot brake first round, and I mean it led off with Robert Hamrick and Harold Galt, and then it was, I think Chad and Jessica Hicks. It was Jessica Spears, excuse me.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Cody, and Brent High. You know, it just all the way down, all the way to the back of the line. It was Bristol Maddox and was it Will or Parker driving the
Parker was in the, yeah.
I sat there and watched. I said, man, and then I seen some what I'd call some guys and they was running each other, but seemed like all the bad dogs was lining up. And you know, when you get into third or fourth round, you got to run, but you run around there first round, and
you kind of hope
you hit her right off the bat. It's tough, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
No, that's a good point.
Chad, sorry about that, buddy, but he's doing degree results.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to change locations here to see if I could get better signal and stuff. So.
That was a good point though, because I know Chad even mentioned to me that I believe it was second round, him and Cody ran. They both make good laps and just falls on the other end of it.
Yeah.
But sportsman, Daniel, which y'all saw that, Daniel Blackwell picks up the win against Will in the truck. I mean, I was listening to the numbers. It was a pretty tight lap. I think it was fairly close on the tree, and I want to say one was one above, or maybe both of them was one above. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Daniel, I'm sure Daniel talked a little smack to Will afterwards, let him know. But our juniors, which we'll have him on tonight as well, Oakley Humphreys, picked up the win. And we've talked about him really all season. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's Shady Side, Union. He's had a couple of good weeks at Greer when they've come. I know they don't get to come a whole lot, but now he finishes a one off at Greer and gets him a big check. So he's had a great year. And I want to say he maybe won, we'll ask him, but I think he won a TCR race just recently. But Bristol Thompson runnered up to him. She's another one. This is her second final round this season. And I don't know if y'all heard, he's 0-1, she's 0-4.
04, that's what I was fixing to say. And then they had a breakout fest there, but that was a heck of a race, you know.
Yeah, I say she's had a great season. That's a new combination to her and all that. That's really good. And then we'll have him on shortly. The 490 Outlaws. It's kind of a common common thing. It's common to see these two, but Joseph wins. Joseph Bagwell wins, and Spud is the runner up. That's um, I mean, I feel like you could go anywhere, this 490 stuff, and these two will find themselves in the mix really always. They're that tough, on the start line up front and on the finish line. They both do a good job. But I'll turn it over to, before Cooper Hancock, my little buddy, picked him up a runner up at Brainerd's on Saturday. It was a $5,000 to win race at Brainerd's, and he runner up on Saturday in the white truck that Jeremy normally drives. Well, Mark drives some too. That was his second race in a big car. So I think that's pretty cool. I wanted to give him a little shout out there. I know Jeremy had said they went to Montgomery last week or within the last week or so, and he was going to foot brake and they couldn't get the box out. So he's just like, all right, just top bulb then. So he ended up top bulbing his first race at Montgomery and then picks up the runner up at Brainerd. So I want to mention him. But Chad or Tom, what you got for Carolina's results?
On the Saturday results down at Carolina in Super Pro, we have Paul Huey picking up the win over John Hodson. I don't know the Huey name, but the Hodson name, he's always a top finisher down that way, Union, Darlington area. So in Pro, it's Race King over Buck Branham. Race was over at Greer of the week for the bad 16 no box. So obviously picking up a win down there. He went deep at Greer the other week as well. Buck Branham, I think that's Michael. He drives the little black Mustang. He comes to Greer. He usually runs foot brake and Sportsman, does well in it as well. So in Sportsman, you had Andy Chavis. I think he drives like a silver colored Nova, like a 73, 74 Nova, over Kenneth Rozier. Junior beginners, we had Lawson Spradley over AJ Wilson. That Spradley name's a common name you hear down around the Carolina area. So it's got to be a grandkid of somebody along those lines in the family tree there. Junior intermediate, we had Kate Ward over Landon Pruitt. I'm pretty sure Kate is Matt's daughter.
Yeah, Matt's daughter, yeah.
And then the Pruitt, I'm assuming probably
That's
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah,
Kevin and Tanya's son. Yep.
Right. So both names are well known, especially down around the Carolina area again. Junior advanced was Stephen Skelton over Lane Waldrop. Stephen was over at Greer of the week. I don't know if he won or runner up, but I know he's in the finals. And then Junior Street, we had Faith Mitchell over Bryant Crawford. The Crawford name, of course, always a staple at Carolina as well. So
now, Tom, before you go, the Wilson, AJ Wilson, is that that's a younger brother of I forgot his first name. He runnered up at Greer week before last. Is that correct? That's Ricky Blackwell's grandson.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the other kid. Yeah.
I can't remember the oldest one's name, but yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
She had told me they were going to that race, and then I think after that they're going. Yeah, Sean. That's Joey's. Yeah, Sean.
Okay.
Maybe they're going to some junior dragster thing this upcoming week.
It's a Bristol. Yeah.
Anyway, you want me to do Sundays?
Yeah.
I don't know some of these people like y'all know them, but winner in Super Pro is winner Chris Kittle over Paige Brown. In the Pro, winner Josh Carroll over Race King. We talk about the Carrolls all the time, and I hear Race King's name a lot. Sportsman, it was William Eubank over Andy Chavis. Junior dragster beginners, A.J. Wilson, Lawson Spradley. Junior dragster intermediate, the winner was Rylan Lee over Miles Spradley. Junior dragster advanced, it was Lane Waldrop over Stanton McAllister. And junior dragster street, it was winner Bryant Crawford again over Faith Mitchell.
That's
Both
cool.
of them, they just swapped positions the next day.
Yeah, yeah. I see where Debbie confirmed that was their grandson. So
Yeah,
it's like he run her up on Saturday and
yeah,
one on Sunday. That's pretty cool. So
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Glad to see that. He's been hot, man.
yeah, yeah. Do you want to bring in Joseph and let's talk to him about the
Yeah,
491?
let's bring Joseph in. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot.
Chad?
Congratulations on you win there Saturday, Joseph.
Thank you.
I think this is just me personally talking. I think I could sit there and watch you and Spud and Jim Carnes. I think I could just sit there and watch y'all all day, just grudge race each other, match race each other, see who can lay it down.
It always comes down to a tight one between all of us.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to get it.
Yeah.
And I want to start with, I guess, with you 490 racing and maybe transition over to some bracket racing questions. But, I try to explain the difference to, some people, with us as bracket racers, if conditions change or whatever, then we just simply change our dial in. But the difference is, we're adjusting to that. But y'all, on the other hand, you've got to hit that target each round. So, we may move 2 or 3 numbers in a day's time. I'm assuming y'all have to move around some too, but do you really do you make a lot of adjustments during the day to make sure you're hitting that target?
So I do it differently from a lot of people in the class. I move my ET around with weight. I'll throw 10, 20 pounds in at any given time to slow down, take it out, speed up. A lot of people are using nitrous timers and changing timers around, pulling timing with a grid. There's all sorts of different ways to do it, but I found that doing weight was my best option.
Well, you're answering some of my questions, or some of the follow-up questions I have, and I ain't wanting you to give away all your secrets, obviously. But I was curious. I didn't know if are you actually even having to spray to run 490 or?
No, I do not spray to run 490. There might be one time a year that I'll have to, but it had to be really bad weather.
Okay.
I know Saturday I could go around to 86 or 87 if I wanted to.
Okay. So I was curious if I know, I guess I was trying to compare it maybe to the throttle stop race. You have a ratio, but I didn't know if a tenth of a second longer on the nitrous, what that equated to. But it sounds like you're not even having to go any of that route anyway. So
no, I've tried that before, but it's a very fine line to get a good ratio with nitrous.
Okay.
If you spray earlier in the run, it's easier, but only having to pick up a few numbers, that's hard to do.
Right.
So can I ask you, without having you give away, how much is 10 pounds worth in your normal setup then?
10 pounds in my setup is around 7,000.
7,000. Okay. That's cool. Like I said, I know I was joking around with Jim there. I think on his second qualifying run, I think he was having to spray some, and he got up there and went to purge, and his bottle was empty. So I said, "Well, you do have enough bottles, right?" He's like, "I only need one more," because I didn't know how long the bottle would last him, during a race. But he said, yeah, he can run multiple races on one bottle. But yeah, the whole thing of having to hit a target number, that just puts a different spin on things versus, the bracket racing. So I'd say kudos to you and Jim and Spud. And I know there's several other ones that run really well, but it seems like y'all are always the late finishers and finalists and stuff.
How much do you think your bracket racing background helps you on the index side of things?
It helps tremendously. I can tell you that when I don't bracket race for a while and just stick to index, you do lose some of your finish line driving skill and everything when you go back to bracket racing. It really helps you with the closing rates because a lot of the guys in 490, we all have different mile per hours. I mean, it all depends on if you're spraying, if you're trying to slow down, if you're killing timing. So you'll see anything from 134 to 150 something.
Right.
So having those different closing rates, I think bracket racing has really helped me overall.
I got you. Yep. I was like, I feel like you're just as good on the bracket racing side as well. You're as successful as it as you are the 492. I mean, you proved that.
What's
What?
your? I mean, do you? Is it 60-40, 50-50? I mean, how much bracket racing do you do versus your index racing?
Normally on a normal year, probably 40-60. 40% 490, 60% bracket racing.
Okay.
But since having kid and all that this year, it's kind of, we hadn't went racing a whole lot compared to normal. So this year I've stuck to pretty much 490 and 470, and I've only entered probably one or two bracket races.
Still got the dragster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You talking about the kid? Is that the second win since Miss Dallas has took over as crew chief?
That is the first win with her.
Oh wow.
We had a win the week before she came.
Okay. I was trying to go back and look before we come on. I couldn't remember, but that's pretty cool. And I know Big Sis is probably pretty proud herself.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she rides along with me every pass.
That's right. Go ahead, Chad. I didn't mean to jump in there on you.
No, you're fine. So, we see your dad. I mean, he's obviously got a different setup this year. I mean, you still have the Silver Nova, or
Yeah, we still have it. We got the motor freshened up earlier in the year, but we have not ran it since getting it back. It's ready to go, but
I mean, is he going to continue to stay with the blue car for the 490?
for the 490, the silver car is going to go back to a bracket car primarily.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously talking about your bracket racing, I mean, you've had a decorated career with it as well. I know we were going through some of the results. I know you've been a track champion at least once, or have you won more track championships?
Yeah, I've won
Carolina?
2 track championships at Carolina in 2013 and 2014.
Okay, I knew you the 14. I was thinking you had another one as well, and so then you've also qualified to go to the NHRA National E Finals at Vegas one year.
Yes.
What year was that?
That was 2021. I won bracket finals at Atlanta the last year they had it there, and got to go to Vegas for the finals, and I runnered up there.
That's cool as well. So you bracket finals, track championships, world final runner up. I mean, like I said, I knew you had a decorated career. How old are you? I mean, if you don't mind me asking.
I'll be 33 this Saturday.
33 this Saturday.
That's cool.
I remember when you used to park up there beside me and running your little junior dragster, and it just seems like it ain't been that long ago. But time flies.
Oh yeah, it does. I remember your kids being just little babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Dan had kind of started that was his class for a long time, and you guys have sort of took the reins and run with it over the last little bit. I know you told me today that you sort of, with the baby coming, you sort of stepped back, and your dad sort of shouldered a lot of that this year.
Yes, he has.
Is there any plans like in the works for the class, or is it kind of just gonna roll with what you got, sort of? Or
I don't really know right now. Probably roll with what we got. I know Dad has worked very hard getting sponsors and everything for this year. There is somewhere around 10,000 or more in the points fund between cash and prizes that
Oh
for
wow,
the 490 class. He's done
that's
very well getting everything together.
that's huge right there for sure. Yeah.
Now, how
Um,
does your point series work? I mean, I mean, I know y'all go to different tracks. I mean, is all the races count towards your championship?
This year, I want to say I honestly can't remember how many races there are total, but I want to say there's 2 drops.
okay.
But rainouts also count toward that, so we
Okay.
have had a rainout already.
And then y'all are back at Greer again here in just a couple of weeks again, right?
Yeah, July 12th.
Okay. So I know, that I don't know. I know some of them guys live further north or whatever, upper North Carolina, but I know it's like Frank Teague and some of those guys have started joining ends up, at the Shady Side races anyway.
Shadyside and Farmington, we get a lot of different guys show up there.
Okay. That's cool to see Frank back at it. I mean, let me backtrack a little bit on a question. So, you bracket race and track. What did you ever dab? I know you dabbled with like hot rod, and did you ever run Top Sportsman stuff back in like the IHRA stuff?
Yeah, I've ran Top Sportsman, I think, on one of the last couple of years the IHRA was really around and prominent in the area.
Okay.
I won a couple races in Top Sportsman, I think 2 or 3 in Top Dragster the last year I done it.
I know.
And then I have dabbled a little bit in the NHRA Top Sportsman.
Okay. Because you ran like the Silver Nova and hot rod, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, I know Tom's the blue oval fan here, so I mean, here you are with the bow ties, taking out Jim, taking out Spud. If we was going to pair ends up to have a team deal, I mean, obviously you got Spud and Jim and the ovals. Who would be your bow tie partner?
Probably Roger Lester.
In the
Okay.
Nova?
In
That's
the
the
70
Nova.
Nova, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it too. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
maybe we have like a grudge, a head-to-head series or something.
There we go. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh, what's your schedule look like the rest of the year? I know you got a few more 490s. Is there like the fall fling involved there? Kind of.
I don't know about the fall fling. I would like to go to the door car fling at Galot in
Okay.
October.
Yep.
Then I plan on hitting a few more 470 races and probably go to the Verge race at London, Kentucky in September.
Okay.
But other than that, I really don't know what I hold for the future.
I got you.
Now, will you run the door car and the dragster at the Verge stuff?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Okay. What's the door car index on it?
470.
470. Okay. Because you actually helped with that series too at one time, right?
Yeah, me and Jeffrey Walls started out doing the races at Bristol, and then ended up creating a series off that, and I helped him for about 2 years with that. And then he ended up he got too busy with the work and gave the series to Brian Whitworth and Tyler Bohannon.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Got you. Oh, I know you got a lot of folks that's in your corner. Who would you like to thank before we get off here with you?
I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with me racing every single chance I get. I'd like to thank God for giving me the ability to race. My parents, extended family, and really all the racers that we've met along the way racing. I mean, everybody's always there to help you. We've met a lot of great families, great racers. The Lester family we've gotten really close with over the past couple of years. And then Stacy Hall, I like to thank him. He builds me a great motor, reliable motors. Greg Slack converters, Paul's transmission. They all help out tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Tom, you got anything for him?
No, I love watching them 490 cars. I'm telling you, I love side by side racing, and y'all definitely put on a good show. And I tell everybody all the time, if you want to watch a good show, come out and watch that. You got old cars, later model cars, different kinds of cars, and like I said, I love side by side racing, and y'all definitely put on a good show. We appreciate you being on here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it, Joseph.
Good job,
Thank
Joe.
you. Thank you.
Be good, buddy. Thank you.
That was a good one there.
I love that 490 stuff. Like I said, I love it. I wish more spectators would come out and watch Nick Greer a lot of times when they'd have it. But anyway,
So I was thinking about Dale Freeman. He wasn't there, you know, and I
Jim
don't
said
know.
at the lake.
He might have been the smart one. So.
Well, I mean, honestly, I mean, you know, I mean, I like David Hall was sitting over there. We sitting there watching them running. He looked at me. I said, you know, how you doing? How's it going? He says, I'm bored. I said, bored. He's yeah, I need to be out there with him. I was like, well, I mean, you know, I wish you would have. But you know, some of them guys. I mean, I wish some of them ones up at, you know, Farmington, North Carolina. I wish they'd come on down to Greer and, you know, have 10, 12, 14 of them, however many they can get.
Well, you mentioned Frank. I was thinking, I wonder how long it's been since Frank's been to Greer. You know, them old WCS days and
he's
such as that.
He's got a beautiful car. If you ain't seen it, it's a split window Corvette. I mean, it's sharp. It's
okay.
nice.
Okay.
You know, I always associated with Mopar stuff, but you know,
that's what I was gonna say. They have a Mopar engine in it.
What I know, the first time he called out his name, he's like Frank T. And I thought, and I'm looking, I'm like, I don't see no Mopar. And you know, it took him making like 3 or 4 runs to finally realize, well, he's in that Corvette there. I mean, I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, y'all want to bring Oakley home on?
Yeah, we'll bring him in.
How y'all doing?
Hey, buddy,
how are you?
Good. Tired.
Tired. Well, we won't keep you long, man.
It ain't a school night. You ain't got to go to bed early enough.
Oh, keep me as long as possible.
Your dad don't make you get up and go to work, William, does you?
Sometimes, not every day.
Well, so tomorrow's not the day you're saying?
I don't know.
Oh,
wake up.
Maybe I need to text him real fast and tell him to let you off tomorrow. Oh. You had a good day Saturday, man. That was seeing that final round, and like I said, we talked earlier. You've had a good year this year, the whole year, man. You've done good at Union, Shadyside. Now, I mean, you've done good at Greer. Didn't you win us TCR on race?
Yeah, it was the week before. So 2 weeks ago, I was at Shadyside and I didn't get my motor fixed, so I ran my dad's dually.
I got you.
I remember that.
Yeah, I thought we had talked about you on one of the shows. I couldn't remember where it was at, but how long have you been racing, Oakley?
I think like 4 to 5 years.
Okay. Now I understand you got a car that's waiting on you. But there's something about this. There's something about this car.
I don't know if I want to get out of this car.
Well, that was my question. What is it about this car that you love?
I have no clue. It's we just got it actually tuned up. We got it back the day that we raced at Shadyside. Got it put on. Then it went to Greer. It was running a couple numbers slower, and then final round it started it picked up a lot.
Yeah, I get you. Now, was that your dad's car? Was that his old car, or is that a different car? The one that you're in now?
That's a different car.
Okay.
My grandparents got it for me.
Okay, I didn't know if they had kept your dad's old car.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
Did does he talk a little junk to you about him back in the day?
No, not really. Not at all,
He was
actually.
I say
really.
he was an accomplished racer until bull riding come along.
I was gonna
Yes,
say.
but he was talking about how he how he took the big break and how he wished he like kept racing through that and like steady race.
Also, he was really good. I mean, he does good now. I'm not saying that, but he was a really good junior racer. So, if he does tell you he's good, he's not lying. We're here to
Yeah.
we're here to back the story up. So, uh, I was what is when you're not racing? What is it that you enjoy doing?
I like fishing, hunting, baseball. Nothing else really.
So is racing over that, or
Oh yeah,
would
it's
you?
over all of them.
Okay, well, a little birdie told me uh, a fun fact about you that I really thought was cool. I understand now. You were seventh grade, right? You just finished up seventh grade.
Yes, sir. I'm going into eighth.
Okay, and I understand that you started this year on the varsity baseball team. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Second base, is that right?
Yes, sir. Second base, and then on our middle school team, shortstop.
Okay, so you played down some too. I got
Mm.
you. Now, what high school will you be going to?
Uh, I go to an all grade school, Spartanburg Day School.
I got you. Okay, okay. Oh, I just think that's. I mean, baseball is my thing. So I just when I heard that, I was like, that's really cool to be able to play on the varsity level at a middle schooler. Now, did you play like travel ball any
I
leading up?
played. I don't know if it was really like travel ball. It was like we played for it was like a Braves country. We went into like Atlanta and played. But
Okay,
other than that, no, not really.
I got you. I got you. Now you throw. I'm assuming right-handed.
Yes, sir.
Hit right-handed too.
hmm
How many home runs did we hit this year?
That's none.
Okay, that's fine. That's
He's
fine.
a leadoff man. His job to get on base and
That's
score.
right. Are you a base stealer too? Is that what you are?
Mm, not on varsity. Bases are too long. I'm too slow.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Um. So hunting and fishing's something you
hmm
enjoy too.
Yes, sir.
I got you.
With a cool name like Oakley and wearing a flat bill hat and all that stuff. I mean, surely you're interested in girls too. I mean, are they a distraction for you? Anything?
I'm
Now,
interested in the girls. Yeah, but uh, no one like right now. No.
got you.
Trust me, it'll be a distraction to you at some point. So make sure you keep focused there.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
want to keep racing and this full steam ahead, don't put your blinders up. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear my parents like laughing in the room beside me.
Well, I understand. I mean, sporting a flat bill, got the hair there, and a cool name like Oakley. I mean, you ought to have them lined up out the door or something.
That's right. Playing varsity baseball. I mean, there ought to be two on each arm when you're walking around.
But now the only thing I'm gonna say is, judging by the age and school you're doing in now, I've got a daughter at the same age. Don't be looking at her. Now I'm just saying. Rusty's got a daughter about the same age.
I was gonna say, the only time you need
Tom,
to look, the only time you need to look over there is if you're driving her on the finish line, and other than that,
nah, I'm just picking at you.
yeah, me too, me too. Oh, now I was told to ask you about your lucky outfit. Can you tell us a little
Oh,
bit about?
Oh,
since the start, I've wore the same exact outfit from shoes to the hat every race, and it's done pretty good.
Underwear too?
No.
Okay. Did you wash all this stuff, or you
Oh
just?
yeah, I
Okay.
watched that.
All right. All right.
Is the Lucky hat a flat bill too?
Yeah, I left it at church, so it's not with me right now.
Everything's flat bill.
Mm.
Nice. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what I wear is flat bill.
Chad, that's what you're missing. That is what you're missing.
I have to wear a hat to cover up my head to keep from getting sunburnt. So.
I know y'all race at different racetracks. We talked about Greer and Union and
Mhm.
Shadyside, and you go. I'm sure you go to Mooresville and places like that.
We haven't been to Mooresville this year, but we've
I got
been
you.
in the past.
Well, just going to these different tracks. Is there a driver that you like in a big car that you try to keep up with and follow, and that really gets interests you as a driver? Somebody you maybe like a hero or something like that to you? I mean, you can say your dad if you want, because if he's listening.
He's listening.
Okay.
No one in like particular that I actually watch. I mean, I watch everyone, watch how they drive. We'll go to top end at some races and just watch them drop and do all that. And then can't really think of no one like off the bat, but
I got you. But you're watching, you're saying. So
oh yeah.
that's good. Really good. Tom, what you got for him?
That's the key to success. Got to watch and pay attention. Don't be, I watch. I come back from a run and I don't do well or whatever. I try to get my stuff ready and keep an eye on what everybody else is doing. And but that's a good thing. But you're doing well. That was you've been very impressive lately, and I'm sure you go continue on the rest of the year.
Oh
So
yeah,
what?
we're gonna try.
So what do we? I know we're still young, but what is our goal? Are we wanting a dragster when we get to a big car? Or are we wanting a dual car? Or?
Oh yeah, I haven't really decided on that yet.
That would be my question. Are you when you're watching, you a door car watcher, dragster watcher? What impresses you?
both. I mean, it doesn't really. Because I was like talking to my dad and like we were talking about like chasing and how big of a difference it is from like a 440 dragster to a 740 door car. I was thinking having like a 6 flat door car being like right in the middle between them both.
Randy Sam said $7.99.
$7.99.
You don't be slow. Just embrace the slow, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll mess her look up at the finish line, won't
you? Yeah. Well, is there anybody you want to thank? I know your mom, and dad's, and your grandpa's big, but is there anybody you want to thank?
Grandpa especially been putting up with me. And then we went to Union, and then we thought like the timing messed up on the motor, but it was like 2 screws in the carburetor that was like they went missing or something. And he tried fixing it there, couldn't really get it working, all that. Like, both parents for being there watching me.
Right.
I like thanks to Stephen Wisnett. He fixed my motor. We didn't fix it, freshened it up. And then we went next weekend after, ran it, and then we ended up winning at Greer.
That's good. Is that your first big check you got there?
Yeah, it's my first big check.
That's pretty cool, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I've been wanting one all year.
Yeah, you got it now.
Yeah, we were at a Greer race. It was like a couple months ago, and I got semis, and I walked in to go pick up my money, and I saw the big check, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because I did not know they were going to be giving out big checks.
Yeah, they do it all the points races. Yep. So, but y'all got anything else for him?
Keep up the good.
Keep striving. Go ahead,
keep your head down. Keep paying attention, Yes, that's the way you're gonna get better. Just stay after
Um,
it. You can always take something from somebody, uh,
mhm.
but for sure. So,
And if you're watching me, just do the opposite of whatever I'm. That's what.
I mean, I've stuck to one saying from this entire year. It's put one tire in front of them and just keep it right there.
well, I heard you. I guess it was the semis. You did a good job on the finish line, and I heard you. Which you're 0-1 to her 0-4,
Hmm.
and you was out of that run too. So yeah, that was.
Yeah, I
Uh,
coasted to the finish line.
I got you. So sound like you're doing good. Good job on the up front and at the finish line
Hmm.
too. So just
This is the first year I actually started like really trying to drive top end and start looking at them at 60 foot.
I got you. Okay. Well, we appreciate you being on, and congratulations Saturday on your win. And I'm sure we'll be talking about you more as the year goes on.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks,
Congratulations,
buddy. We'll
Coach.
see you.
Thank you, buddy. Be
You
good.
too.
That was good.
That's
I'm
pretty
wearing.
I
good.
like
I'm getting me a flat bill. I'm gonna have a flat bill on next time I turn the track.
hat bill. That's the key to success, I think.
I think on the show you need to get a hat and wrap it up in aluminum, tin foil like we was talking about. And wear 'em.
It's,
We'll tell everybody you're trying to get a good signal.
it's poor response. All jokes aside, I think they're putting up a cell phone tower over near my house, which is I said all along they need to put it up there at the landfill anyway. But that's gonna help. If I get a good signal at my house, I'll actually break down and get a computer to where I can get off the
Uh
stuff here. So
oh. So we've heard it first here.
yeah, I mean y'all keeping me around here. I'm gonna have to upgrade my program.
I mean, do you need me and Tom to go speak to somebody in Polk County about getting you some?
Well, no, Mom. When Mom went to the landfill the other day, that she said they were up there grading off, and she asked, and
Oh
she's
yeah,
gonna be a cell phone tower. So
that'll be
that
good.
that whole valley we live in, I mean, it will help it greatly if they would put one up there. So stay
Well,
tuned. I'll have good signal before long.
well, before we hit Mark, Tom, did you see Chad over there in that dragster Saturday?
Oh yeah, I thought Renee done jumped on old Joel and whooped him, and then they told me it was
You
I
didn't.
thought that,
You better watch quick. You didn't get to see it or the Green Nova very long Saturday.
I'll say he fell right back in like it wasn't nothing. He rolled out there first round and looked like the hood scoop's gonna hit the ground on the right side of the track, and then it come back on the left side.
oh yeah.
Well, that's because I went 81 or 80, yeah, 81 on my time run. Come back on dash goes 84. So I don't know whether to dial the 81 or the 84. So I go with 84, thinking I'm hoping I can get there. And on that run, I was actually going to get there. So
I didn't know if your shoestrings got hung up in the gas pedal or what.
well, your dad gave a clean wheel there too. So I mean,
Yeah, that helped a lot, didn't it?
yeah.
Well, we
Let's
better
bring
get
Mark.
Mark on here. He's gonna go. He's gonna go to bed on us.
Yeah, he'll probably fall asleep on us.
You ready, Hayden?
Hey,
Hey, buddy, how you
What's up,
doing?
Mark?
all right.
Congratulations on Saturday.
Thank you.
Where's
Um,
the belt? The belt's got to be hanging off over your shoulder here, man.
Oh, wait a
oh
minute.
yeah,
Okay.
There you
oh
go.
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, he's
It ain't far.
keeps it close by.
We've been talking about somebody getting after it in the points and stuff. I didn't realize till I watched that final round. You tied for second, but unfortunately, this week didn't you tell me you lost first round?
Yeah, I did.
Boy, that would have been something if you could have walked that on through. I was supposed to ask you about some 50-50 tickets before the race or something.
Oh, yeah. Me and Rob, we always split our 50-50 tickets, and I split it with Hank. Hank don't never buy but two, so I just get two. I said, if you're gonna win with two, I'm gonna win with you.
Oh, cheap.
But Rob won, so I got some of that money too.
You're I understand you had a tooth or something break off the rear end, or you felt like you did fourth round or something?
Yeah, in my burnout, I felt something like I run over a big rock or something, and it jumped. And when I come back down the hill up there, I always cut off the motor and coast, and I could hear it. And I said,
Mm,
"Oh my God!" But I didn't tell nobody. I wouldn't tell nobody.
yeah.
I didn't want nobody to try to talk me out not running.
Um, with with 2 wins this year, and it looks like '05 was your last track champion. You was track champion in '05. What do you feel? You feel like you got it going enough to pull it off this year?
I think I'm trying, but if I lose that first round, there ain't no use. I mean, I just had to put it. Kevin Lister just put it on me. He was 0006 on the tree, and I just couldn't make that up.
Yeah, yeah. I understand this weekend was your anniversary weekend with your wife.
Yes, it
I guess
was. Yep,
that was pretty cool to win.
yep. And
Um,
she's been in the hospital. Actually, she was in the hospital, and my oldest son and youngest son was over there with her, and so she liked that. It was pretty neat.
um, I I know you. I was told you started at BMW, and that's where you retired from. And
Yep.
I was just, naturally, 51 years of marriage. You've been racing for decades, and you're 68 years old, fixing to turn 69 in another month.
Right.
You come across as the kind of guy that just you don't quit. You dig after it. Where do you feel like you get your work ethic from, or is that just something you just? I
Well,
mean,
I've always, I figure, man, gonna pay you. You're gonna do the best work you can.
oh, yeah.
Just like at BMW, I was there 22 years. I never missed a day, and never was late for work. Matter of fact, I lived like 40 something miles away, but I'd get there like an hour early. And then he's got,
Uh-oh.
Must froze it.
Maybe locked up on us.
Yep.
oh, here we are.
There you go.
There we go. Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Then I notice the ones that's usually late, the ones live 5 minutes away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. What do you think about when you had to square up with old Sidewinder there? He's been pretty hot lately, ain't he?
Yeah, I told somebody, I think it was the fifth round, what was going to happen in the finals. And
You told me. You told
yeah,
me.
I know it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have confidence. You don't have confidence in yourself, who's going to have it? You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, so he's been on a hot streak, which I mean, and which I mean, I was listening to your runs too, but I mean, like to me, Stevie, the little bit I talked to him, reaction time wise, he was better Saturday than he was the week that he won the 10 grander.
Yeah.
But then I was listening to your runs, and I was like, oh, man. And then he was like, I could tell you felt good because you said, I'm gonna put an end to this right here. I'm gonna be on that show, is what he told me. I said, well, hey, and we were leaving, and Austin rode home with me. We backed up, we pulled down through there, and he's, Daddy, is that the final round? I said, yeah. He said, let's watch. So I got right there at the new set of bleachers, and I just kind of pulled over, and y'all rolled through, and the wind light come on. I just smiled, and we turned on out. And I said, well, he did what he said he was going to do,
Yeah.
but I ain't taking nothing away from him for sure.
No, no.
And you've had a great year yourself. Made good many rounds, and and really, and you can talk about this, but I know last year you fought your dragster
Yeah,
a good little bit, and to see, I feel like your stuff is really good right now, like
it
far
is.
as consistency wise. But yeah, touch on that if you want about last year, the struggles you went through.
Yeah, there at the first, it just kept slowing down. I changed converters. A matter of fact, I borrowed one of your daddy's converters and tried it.
Mm. Yep.
Didn't help. I had Hoosiers on there. I took them off, put Mickey Thompson on there. Didn't help. I just, I didn't know what was going on. And finally, I said, well, I got my spare transmission over here. I'm just gonna put it in there. So me and Rob put it in there, and bam, it just all come back. I said, well, and I took it to Bobby, and him and Cook said, well, it's got to be pressure. So they put me a new valve body and a new pump in there and everything. I hadn't tried it yet, but it was a transmission the whole time. I was fighting other things, and it was transmission.
Yeah.
I'll say because it's been really good this year because you've been. It seems like at 79, 78 to really 80, 81s. And I mean, it's really 79 has kind of been that number right lately. It seems like 78,
Yeah.
But that's really good to see, come back around to you.
Well,
Chad,
sounds like you want to get you because I mean honestly, to win the points, you got to win that first round. You got
you
to
do.
get through it to make your day. Sound like you probably just need to pull out there when Hank comes rolling around there and jump up every side of him, and you get one win.
Well, me and him talked about that. He said we ought to do that. At least one of us make the round.
But I'll say this. I mean, don't let the points bum you out. You can't go to the store and fill up your truck on gas and say, I want to use points. You don't
that's right.
That's it. That's it.
I'll still take some of that cash that you won.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Sure. Now, did you already have the belt prior to Saturday?
Yep, I sure did.
I was thinking you did. So
I won the points race before that.
So you've held on to it for a few weeks here.
Yeah. Yes. I got a little thing with JoJo. I tell him, I said, the pressure just gets to you when you come to Greer. You just can't pull it off and get that belt.
Mark, what's your plans for rest of the year? I mean, I know you're going to do the 3 points races we got left, and we got several things going on. But looking down the road, I know the bracket finals, but is there other races you're looking at to do?
Right now, with my wife and everything, with her medical conditions and all, I'm kind of stuck here at Greer, really close by. I usually always run the 4 and 5 second shootout at Farmington every year, and I like to try to do that again this year if I can.
I got you.
But you talk about the dragster. I'm still learning things about it. Just like the fourth round was my lucky round. I run the guy in the Nova. He's 006, and I'm like 30, and he breaks out. And I'm trying to figure out. So where's my reaction? I said I felt good. Where's my reaction? And I remembered I was putting air in the slicks. I said they kept going down because most time at Greer we start early and go all through the heat. I don't ever have to add no air.
Yeah.
But I was adding air because it's cooling down. I said I better check these front tires. And sure enough, them little bitty tires up there, I put some bearing back in it, and my reaction times come back then.
Right.
I said, well, I learned that.
I said, it's your second season in the dragster now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thought so. Yeah. Yep. Chad, what you got? Any plans to ever go back to a door car, or are you just sticking with a dragster till?
I guess my age and all, I guess I'll just stay in the dragster again. Or if I can't get up in it, I guess I had to get a door car again. It gets a little rough sometimes.
Now, Carson, that's your grandson, right?
Yeah.
Works. He said he could probably take the reins if you need him to. I'm sure.
Oh, I know he would. I guarantee it. Yeah, he come out there. I said, "Better go get that belt." He went and get out of the truck, and he come back wearing it. I said, "Oh, okay."
Do you go up there to the place in Spartanburg where Hank eats? Do you ever wear the belt when y'all all go out to eat?
Yeah, a lot of time at the Peach Blossom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go up there once in a while, hang out with him.
Did he make you buy since Pete's? It was so late Saturday night and Pete's was closed.
Oh yeah, I had to buy. Whoever wins and gets runner up, you got to buy them. We went to Chili's. He said they stay open to midnight.
You went out and ate Saturday after the race, then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you wear your belt inside while you ate?
No.
Tom, what you got, bud?
I just ain't a whole lot of races. Well, ain't nothing going on. I guess we'll be all sitting on the TV watching Chad at the World Foot Brake Challenge this weekend.
Yep.
So there's a handful of guys around this area that's going up that way.
I seen Cody Spears took a picture at Chick-fil-A and was going on into the to Bristol, I think earlier today. I think I seen a photo. He was.
I think I seen something with Trent on Facebook. He's up there already.
I talked to him Saturday because he made a good many rounds, and Saturday he told me, he said, "Man, I was trying to get on the show." And I said, "Man, give him confidence. He did good and all." I think he said he was going as well. So, but yeah, you got that, and then I think the following week starts that's what, multi-day, 8 days or better, probably longer than that. The junior race at Bristol they have. I know there's several of them around our areas going up that way too. But so good luck to everybody that's racing. I guess I don't think there's any local racing around here that's we got, but definitely we wish everybody good luck and everything. But I guess the ones that's not racing, be safe and enjoy your time.
Looks like Lee Crawford's got you picked for Friday.
Lee Crawford hates money, obviously, is all I can say.
Yeah, I guess people enjoy their time with their family and friends. Be thankful to live in the good old US of A for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
I'd like to just go a week without any death reports coming out.
Oh yeah. Maybe we can get out of that. That's kind of
we need this dark cloud over the drag strip to move on for sure.
But it reminds you to be thankful we can still race. I mean, we're just a heartbeat away from one day's going to be our last pass. So hopefully Saturday wasn't the last one. So.
Yep, for sure. All right, guys.
Well, I appreciate you being on with us, Mark. I know it's tough. We get the end of the thing there and have to sit with us and to be on, but we really do enjoy hearing what you got to say. And thank you very much. And I'm sure you probably got one or two more left under your belt over at Greer this year.
I sure hope so.
He ain't giving that belt up. I can see it. I know it ain't happening. And Hank just said he don't miss a meal. So
yeah, that's what he told me Saturday. He said, "Oh no," he said Chili's open to 12. But I told him, I said, "I had to get y'all next time." He said, "Oh no."
You used to save a little money and go by the Waffle House, but Waffle House doesn't got expensive to eat there, But anyway.
We have to get a loaf of bread here at our house and slap mayonnaise on her, ketchup or something.
Jam two pieces of bread together.
That's right. And enjoy it, So, but appreciate it, Mark. Congratulations again. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you again soon on the show. But thank y'all.
Thank you, buddy. Well, boys, I guess it'll be 2 weeks. We'll do a little tribute next week for Miss Greer. And Chad, don't forget about us when you get interviewed.
Man, you got Brad Jeter, Tom. I mean, y'all got to get you promo information. I'm not what Mark Cooper. He's like, I'm a former. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to tell you, but your pay for being on the show went to Brad to say what he said.
What I've come to realize, we got balance on here. I mean, we interview all these winners. You got to have a first round loser, early round losers on there to help like balance things out, to equal things out. So I'm fulfilling the role of being knocked out early. So
Yeah, yeah. Well,
have we assessed the damage to the Mustang yet, there, Tom?
I got to go pick my gear up in the morning at Dale's, and I'm gonna try to pull it out probably tomorrow evening or Thursday and get her. I'm ready to see what that thing can do. I know that. But
I was glad to see it over there, and then all of a sudden when it happened, oh my!
Well, did you let go? What, you was 003?
Oh my!
Oh, he was set up. He was ready.
It felt so natural. I ain't never felt so good in my life. But that old motor though, I thought I was a big wheel rider, just loping through the pits, man. It was worth everything just doing that.
He said he's gonna load a set of plugs up. This was idling around. Oh.
My dad said, maybe you need to do like everybody else and ride around the pits, warm that rear end up. I said, Daddy, that didn't break that rear end, but I tell you what, I don't mind idling that thing through the pits. I'll do it a few more times.
Oh, me.
But, well, man, good luck this weekend, and you have a safe trip up that way, and we'll be getting something together for Miss Greer, and I tell you what, maybe we can get through all this and get back to racing. And
well, we got the week after is what, number 7?
Yeah.
Launch race number 7 the week after. So we got what, 3 left?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, good luck, Chad, for sure.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all for letting me sit in. Sorry for the reception issue to start off with.
I mean, if you need me and him to come up there to Polk County and talk to somebody at the council meeting, we can. I mean, they'll know who we are when we walk in. If they don't, they'll know before we leave.
That's it.
We're promoting a show out of Polk County for the Fat Rabbit and Stick show. Y'all need to get some signal here.
They got to up their game for sure.
Yeah,
it's only gonna help their viewership.
Right, bring in more money to little old Polk.
Yeah, that's right. What is that, Tom? We always say,
mic and opportunity. Our mic and opportunity. That's all we need.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
See you guys. Take care.
Good night.
See you.
Are you looking to add a deck on? Needing a new roof? Wanting to upgrade a kitchen or even start from scratch? Timmy Ramey has many years of experience in the business. Honest, hardworking, and fair is what you'll get. Give Timmy Ramey Builders a call for your next project. You can call Timmy Ramey Builders at 864-918-3439.
Is your car making strange noises, feeling vibrations when you brake? Don't wait until it's too late. At Mike Farmer's Muffler and Brakes, we specialize in keeping your vehicle safe and sound. Our expert team provides top-notch service and quality parts. Visit us today and keep your car in peak condition. Mike Farmer's Muffler and Brakes, where quality meets reliability. Drive safe, drive smart.